Today, NASCAR makes its first stop in New Hampshire for the running of the Overton's 301. The Magic Mile is a 1-mile racetrack with a tight groove that always makes for some high-contact racing. From 2010 to 15, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, Kasey Kahne, and Kyle Busch all used wins in this race to help propel themselves into the NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup. Will we have a new challenger today? Or will we have another driver further solidify his or her chase spot? Let's see who's best in New Hampshire today. This is NASCAR on McBlam Racing. Field's now in our hands as we come out of turn number 4 alongside Kyle Larson. Crowd on their feet. We're racing at New England. Big battle at turn number 1 as Tony Stewart tries to make it 3 wide for the lead. We clear them going down the back straightaway. Keselowski makes his way into second. Keselowski making a move up high, 4 wide for second. Somehow we make it through that. Comes Tony Stewart with a dive bomb move. Whoa! Biffle went around. Caution is out. It's like Biffle tried to get too much too early, dive bombing it underneath of us, and he wound up coming across our nose. Chase Elliott involved in that.
You want to pit, buddy?
No, we're going to stay out. That's what happens when you take it in there 3 wide for no dang reason. But there you hear the radio chatter as Tony Stewart and Kyle Larson are on the front row. Hamlin, Menard, us, Keselowski, Busch, Gordon, Allmendinger, and Kasey Kahne are the top 10. Johnson, Regan Smith, Carl Edwards, and Greg Biffle all coming down pit road. Smith and Johnson getting 2 tires.
Okay, here we go.
We're going to come down to the line, still maintaining a top 10 starting spot. We restart 5th. Coming to the line. Green flag is back in the air.
Far outside you. Go low, go low.
Oh, we're making a bold move, making it 4 wide
At your door.
for the 3rd spot as we're trying really hard to get our way back up to the lead. Inside of Tony Stewart, side drafting down the back straightaway. Side by side in the turns 3 and 4, we take the lead, but here comes Larson. Larson looking to the inside.
Clear low.
We're clear. Jeff Gordon is now into the mix.
Car 2 back.
As we lead them through turns 3 and 4, here comes Gordon looking to the high side.
Low side's clear.
They are 3 deep back there. Pulling a little bit of a gap, but here comes Gordon. Here comes Gordon.
Car up top, 1 back. He's right on you.
Gordon all over our back
Right side's
bumper.
clear.
He's looking high, but we come up to cover.
Running great, buddy. All that work's paying off.
Kurt Busch
Awesome
running
lap.
3rd. Keselowski in 4th.
Watch your inside.
We did get a little bit loose. Could not
One
hold
more
the
to the
bottom. That allows Jeff
We'll
Gordon
get him
and
next time, buddy.
Kyle and Kurt Busch to go by. Keselowski goes by. We drop back to 4th. Keselowski looking to the
Looking
inside
low.
of Kurt Busch
Car on the bottom, 1 back.
for the 2nd spot.
1 up top.
Got a car pushing up top. Whoa, we lost it
3
a little
wide,
bit.
2 high.
Problems.
Great save. You are the man.
Caution is out.
Slow it down. Caution's out.
Looks like we just lost it getting off of 4 that time and just came right up into traffic. Nowhere for anyone to go. Matt Kenseth goes around. And unfortunate for Kenseth.
Clean up truck. I'm going to need you to go out. You want to come in?
No, we're staying out again. That's totally my fault. I just completely lost it off of 4 that time. There you have it. Looks like we just lost it. Gordon, Bush, Kozlowski, Kane, Clint Boyer, Larson, Truex Jr., Hamlin, us, and Allmendinger round out the top 10. And Blaney, Gilliland, Labonte, Newman, Danica Patrick, Casey Mears, Regan Smith, Bob Labonte all come down pit road. Gilliland, Labonte, and Gilliland, Blaney, and Mears all taking 2 tires. As Jeff Gordon is now on the front row, leading them to the line. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air.
Nice and smooth. The leader's a second ahead.
Mark Truex Jr. spun his tires quite a bit as we are 4 wide going into turns 1 and 2. Stewart wisely backed out of that as we make our way to the inside of Paul Menard. Kevin Harvick looking high and low, trying to muscle his way through this pack. We work our way to the inside. Ooh, a little bump by Kevin Harvick. Everyone keeps it together as we do clear Allmendinger. Truex and Larson side by side. Here comes Allmendinger battling back on the outside. Whoa, boy. Tony Stewart got into our left rear a little bit. We somehow managed to keep that together. We're now inside of Larson, trying to make our way back up into the top 10, or top 5.
Car approaching low.
Ooh, contact with Larson and Tony Stewart sounded like.
Clear right.
We're now to the inside of Martin Truex Jr.
Outside.
A little bit of oversteer, as they're beating and banging big time back there. Amazingly, they are 4 wide, 3 and 4 wide. This is almost becoming a restrictor plate race. As Jamie McMurray is all over our back bumper. Here comes Kyle Larson on the outside. We're a little loose off of 4. That allowed Larson to get really close to us.
Right behind you.
Not sure which lane to block. Larson took a peek. Oh boy!
3 wide, you're in the middle.
Jamie McMurray was getting forced up into us. He does manage to gather it back up. Here comes Kyle Busch.
Car down low.
Jamie McMurray got forced up into us by Tony Stewart. That was almost a disaster.
Right's all clear, bud.
Oh boy, here comes Tony Stewart and Kyle Busch, splitting us, making it 3 wide. We're going into turns 1 and 2, still 3 wide. Little contact with Tony Stewart. More contact, but we somehow made it out of that.
You're in the middle. Clear left.
Going after Kurt Busch now.
Coming low.
We go to his inside, trying to take a peek. Can't quite get there. They're still 4 wide behind us. Here comes Kevin Harvick, or David Reagan, excuse me.
Clear left side. Got 1 behind you.
We look to the inside,
trying to get to your corner.
Trying to make a move on Kurt Busch. We do manage to get around him, but here comes Tony Stewart with a big move through 1 and 2. Stewart trying to make his way up through this pack. So we're now trying to catch up to Casey Kane.
He's charging. Clear.
Looking to the inside of Casey Kane. A little bit of breathing room now as they are 4 deep behind us.
Car up top. Check your inside.
There comes Casey Kane. Casey Kane tried the crossover move, couldn't quite get there. Jeff Gordon is still leading this race, but he is followed closely by Brad Kozlowski.
Cover your outside.
Kozlowski not letting him get far.
Right side's clear. 30 to go. 3-0.
30 laps to go. Things are getting a little bit less intense now, as the field is kind of spreading out into a 2 wide situation, looks like. Oh, we're still going 3 wide. We're trying to catch up to Clint Boyer. Slowly but surely making our way up to him. A little loose. They're now 2 by 2, a little bit more calm now.
He's coming on the inside.
And here they come. Here comes Casey Kane and looks like
up top, just looking.
Brian Vickers. Kane makes a move to the outside. Here comes Here comes
Clear
Kurt
right
Busch
side.
trying to make it 3 wide in the middle. And we overdrive the turn a little bit. That's going to let
Got
Kurt
one
Busch
working
get
the bottom.
underneath of us.
3
Here
wide,
comes
2
Junior.
low.
Look at Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Hey,
We're
come on,
3
buddy.
wide.
Let's get that back.
Alongside Carl Edwards. We
Car
do
in
fall
line with
back
you.
to 11th.
He's coming on the outside.
Oh, contact
Car
with
at your
Carl
door.
Edwards and
Up top,
Martin
back your
Truex
door.
Jr.
On your bumper. Clear up high.
Comes Kevin Harvick to our inside. We're going to fall back to 12th. Looks like the handling on the car is starting to go away a little
Keep it
bit.
steady. Car at your door, down low.
As
at
is
your
with
door.
Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart now hung up on the
Go
outside
high,
with
go
us,
high.
but he does manage to come down in
Clear
front of his teammate.
One inside. Car inside.
Oh
Jack.
boy, bold move by David
First
Reagan.
is leading by 3 seconds.
Jimmy Johnson goes to his inside, making it 3
Inside.
wide in the middle.
One on the
We're
bottom.
now alongside Kyle
We're
Larson
just as
again.
fast as him. Let's chase him back down.
Kyle Larson gets by. So
We're
does
on the low
Casey
side.
Kane as we try to make our way to the inside of David Reagan.
Right's
Can't
clear.
quite get there. Ooh, little tap from Trevor Bayne.
Clear up top. 3 wide, 2 low.
As we are falling
Okay,
back
let's
through
go.
the field
Let's go.
quite a bit.
Step
We're
it
hung
up.
up on this outside lane.
Inside.
Can't quite do anything up here. Oh
Closing on the
boy,
bottom.
Logano just
Low side's
moved
clear.
Allmendinger out of the way.
Car underneath.
There goes Logano. Logano's going to
Car
make it
inside,
look
just
3
looking.
wide inside
Got
of
car low.
Stenhouse.
Car in line with you.
Frantic, intense
Watch your rear.
racing on these opening
Clear low.
laps, no less, of the race.
Got one behind you.
We are slowly but surely approaching the
clear.
halfway point.
He's coming high.
Comes Allmendinger.
Clear
Ooh,
up high.
tap from
There's a
Allmendinger.
5-second gap between you and the leader.
Big bump from Allmendinger. We gather it back up. We have now kind of settled back in the 24th spot, which is actually our average finish here. And the field looks like they've calmed down a little bit. They're now in just a 2 wide, mostly single file, but a little bit of 2 wide. We've definitely managed to spread out a little bit. So things are going to be a little bit more calm now. We can start making passes one by one. We're trying to catch up to Ryan Blaney. We're battling a really loose car
You made
here.
up 4/10 on the guy in front.
Battling a really loose car. But the thing is, the car is only loose off the turn. As you see there, we get really sideways. And that may be due to like battling
Go
the
high.
slight tightness we have in the center of the turn.
Clear on the left.
So here, we can't really get on the gas very much. Ooh, big run there. We work our way to the inside of Blaney. Logano now gains the spot on Jamie
One
McMurray.
outside. Looking really good, buddy. Got one working the top. Right's all clear, bud.
We do clear Ryan Blaney.
Come on, man.
Logano
Eyes
looking
on
for
the
more
prize.
spots. Ooh,
Let's
look
do
at him
this
making
now.
a move. Made a big move there, but he's going to get hung
Car
out to
closing on the
dry.
inside.
He gets stuck on the outside lane. Outside of,
Clear low.
looks like David Reagan up ahead. Jeff Gord is still leading this race.
Car approaching low.
Rick Biffle's stuck on the outside.
Car 2 back. All clear.
Here comes Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth is now battling his way back after the incident we had on,
Looking
I
low.
believe, lap
At
6.
your door on the bottom.
Here comes Matt Kenseth. We can't
Car
really
down
hold him
low.
back.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
Oh,
Clear left. Clear,
contact
6
with
seconds ahead.
Matt Kenseth. Looked
Right
like a little
side
bit of a
clear.
misjudgment there.
Car 1 back.
David Reagan coming down
We got
pit
this,
road.
buddy. Okay, 20 to go. Coming on the high side.
Yeah, a little bit
Clear
of
on the
a
high side.
little bit of a misjudgment there with Matt Kenseth when we started to go underneath of him. Tried to make the crossover move, but we're not quite clear. As we're now over the halfway point. We get into Ryan Blaney a little
Low.
bit.
Low side's clear. Clear right side.
Looks like there was a little bit of a checkup and there was nowhere for us to go there. Left front tire is starting to really show some heat now.
Inside's clear.
Rights are wearing down, but that left front is definitely showing some heat. So we're now trying to catch up to Jamie McMurray, work our way up into the top 20. Pit stops are happening early. But we're going to wait a little bit longer into the race so that we have some fresher tires and we can work our way back up through traffic.
Go up high. Doing an awesome job today,
Inside
buddy.
of Jamie McMurray, battling
Outside.
side by side. We clear him off of 2.
Clear high.
Sights are now set on Ricky
Car front
Stenhouse
heading to the
Jr.
pit.
We want to be careful. We don't want to get up to them too much
inside.
because they might be
7
coming down
seconds
pit
ahead to
road.
the
Here
lead
come
car.
Larson and
Left side's
Trevor
clear.
Bain making their pit stops.
Car 3 back.
Gordon is still out
Go
front,
high,
but it
go
doesn't look
high.
like he's out front by
Car
much. He's
approaching
most
high.
likely
Clear
still
low.
being followed very closely by Brad
side's
Kozlowski.
clear.
Here comes Matt Kenseth. Kenseth is now in the top 20. Inside of Stenhouse, looking. Do manage to get him a
outside.
little bit loose. Took his line away
Clear
a little
right.
bit. And we
Car
clear
rear.
Stenhouse.
Clear.
Now the sights are set on the Roush teammate Greg Biffle.
Car 1 back.
Like Biffle up into the top 20.
You're all clear.
Rallying back after the incident early on in the race, I believe on lap 2. So we're looking.
Move up high. Move
Can't
up
quite
high.
get there though.
1 back. Coming high.
Here comes back Kenseth with
Closing
a
up
big
top.
head of steam on the outside.
High side's clear.
We had to come up to cover.
Just keep a good pace. You're
Broke his
doing good.
momentum a little bit. It's going to keep him behind us, but he's going to look to our inside. As we overdrove the
approaching
turn, a
low.
lot of
Okay, let's go
oversteer
get him.
there.
Clear on the
We're
inside.
going to let Matt go because Matt seems to be a little bit faster than we are.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
Okay. Ooh. Or perhaps not. Stayed a little bit high. Logano coming down pit road. I thought maybe Kenseth was coming down, so I backed off. But he was not coming
First
down
is in
pit
front
road
by
yet.
8 seconds. Car up top, just looking.
Ryan Vickers now coming out of pit road. Looks like Ryan Newman
Clear on the
is there up
outside.
top. Here comes Ryan Blaney as well.
Clear left.
And I'm going to
3
back
wide, 2
right
outside.
on out of this because I don't want to be in the middle of that 3 wide
Clear right
situation.
side.
No need to battle that hard for the 18th spot. So we're going to wisely back out
Keep a
of
good
that.
pace. You're doing great.
Gordon is still your race leader. He has been dominant out front so far. Unfortunately, we were not able to maintain that dominance.
Car in front's
The
heading to
left
the
front
pit.
is really hot now.
The leader is 10 seconds ahead.
There goes Ryan Blaney down pit road. We will make our pit stop in just a little bit. We're probably going to wait till just around 10 laps
Keep
to
pushing.
go.
We know we got a fast car. Every point counts. Keep the momentum.
Danny Hamlin now coming off of pit road. We've now cycled around to the top 10, but we're not there quite yet.
Clear on the left.
Gordon is still staying out. If Gordon times it right, if he has the
Looking
fast
low.
car that I think that he has, he
Clear
may
left
just
side.
come down for fuel and be able to still maintain the race lead.
Right's clear.
Boy, a little loose off of 2 that time.
Clear on the low side.
A little bit of game lag. I noticed
Car
that when I was
front heading to the
racing. Had a little bit of
Car on the
game
bottom,
lag
3
there,
back.
but made it work.
Coming low. Go to
Comes
the high
Clint
side.
Boyer. Boyer's going to look
Closing
to
on
our
the bottom.
inside. We're not going to block
Keep
him.
rolling. Keep rolling. 10 to go.
He's definitely going to be faster
Car
than us,
inside,
and
yeah.
there's 10 laps to go now. Ooh, boy, Boyer slowed
Look
down
here,
in
he's
front of
coming
us.
fast.
I didn't
3
expect that.
wide, 2 outside.
Here comes Jimmy Johnson. As we're now 3 wide. We're going to go down to the bottom of the track
You're
as
good
we're
low. Looking outside.
coming down pit road this time
Clear
by.
up high.
Come on, get down to the bottom. Here comes Ryan Newman. Ooh,
Car
Ryan
goes
Newman
on the
also
inside.
coming in.
You need some fuel. I think we should change those tires out. We're ready when you are, pal.
And we're not going to make any changes to the car. Because we are battling a loose-off situation. We don't want it to be wrecking loose to the point where we can't drive the car. So we're just going to take 4 tires and fuel, making a standard pit stop. There you see the Team KAOS paint scheme sponsored by Tiger Morning Energy. Hoping for a good pit stop here. We seem to be a little bit faster than normal. We may come out ahead of Ryan Newman this time, and it looks like we do. We do manage to come out ahead of Ryan Newman.
Pit stop's gonna make all the difference. You're 1 lap down.
We're 1 lap down to Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle has not pitted yet. We assume that Jeff Gordon had came down that time around. So we're now in 25th, but
He's clear.
there's a few cars that have not pitted yet. So we'll just have to see where we're going to cycle around. 7 laps to go. Car is turning a whole lot better now as we are catching Matt Kenseth.
That's a full second you made up on the driver in front. Way to go, buddy.
We do have much more fresh tires than Matt Kenseth, so we should be able to get around him fairly quickly. And we do, as we're going to get alongside him off of turn 4.
Nice lap. Good job. Really good.
There is the advantage of fresh tires. Kenseth was trying to hold us off, but couldn't quite get there. It feels like we're going as much sideways as we are forward coming off the turns. We're now trying to catch up to Jamie McMurray. Greg Biffle still out in the lead. Has not come down pit road yet.
5 to go.
Is Greg Biffle going to try to stretch the fuel? He did come down for a pit stop earlier on in the race. Does he have enough fuel to make it? This would be Greg Biffle's, I believe, 3rd or 4th win of the season. We just kind of blew by Jamie McMurray that time.
Car outside. At your door. Car outside. Trying to get to your corner.
Trying to get inside of Stenhouse.
Clear, bud.
Biffle is down pit road this time. He could not make it.
Right's clear.
We've just kind of gotten around Stenhouse, and we oversteered just a little bit, but we do, because of those fresh tires, we're going to have a big run.
Let's go. We got to step it up.
Trying to catch up to Ryan Blaney. So who will cycle around to the race lead? It looks like it's going to be Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon has cycled around to the race lead.
4 to go.
With 4 laps to go here at Loudon, New Hampshire. Oh, they're getting dicey up here, I think. That's just going to help me out. Boy, Ryan Blaney and David Reagan were battling up there.
Go down low.
Looks like Ryan Blaney and David Reagan made some contact.
Car outside.
Reagan got a little bit out of shape, and that's where we're going to capitalize on. Austin Dillon trying to make his way up through the pack.
Car 1 back.
3 laps to go. Jeff Gordon out front looking for his 2nd win of the NASCAR 15 Let's Play Series. We've had a big run on Ryan Blaney, who tried to block but couldn't quite get there. As we work our way to the inside of Austin Dillon.
Clear high.
Logano and Trevor Bain battling for 16th. Trevor Bain looks to the inside. Little bump to Trevor Bain. Gets him a little bit out of shape. We do manage to work our way to his inside as Logano's looking to the inside of Kyle Larson.
Check your outside. 1 up top. White is out.
White flag is out. 1 to go. Kyle Larson and Zoe Logano are beating and banging on each other here. Logano, advantage to Logano, but here comes Kyle Larson. He's not going to have time as we're already to this inside.
Car up high.
As Jeff Gordon leads us down to the back straightaway for the final time into turns 3 and 4. As we're looking to the inside of Logano for a top 15, but here comes Jeff Gordon, who will solidify his place in the chase with a 2nd win
Great,
at the Overton's 300
on the high side.
here
on the left.
in Loudon, New Hampshire, and we will come home 15th.
We collect some good points.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Good, strong, confident driving out there, buddy. Top 20 is more than respectable.
Yeah. Oh, I did what I could. I just, car just went away after a few laps. These guys just could get into the corner so much better than I could. But, got a good finish. Thanks you guys for fast car, and, we'll just try again next week.
Okay guys, so here are the race results. Jeff Gordon gets his second win of the season here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway at the Overton's 301. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Hendrick Motorsports teammate, comes in second. Also, Jeff Gordon led the most laps of the race. That's going to extend Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s lead on the points in the points. Kurt Busch comes in third, Brad Keselowski in fourth, fifth is Brian Vickers, sixth is Jimmy Johnson, seventh Denny Hamlin, eighth is Tony Stewart, ninth is Kevin Harvick, and rounding out the top 10 is Clint Bowyer. And here are the rest of the rundown. You can pick out your favorite driver. We actually did log the fastest lap of the race. Kurt Busch held that spot for quite some time. But yeah, that extends Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s points lead over us because he's leading in points right now, and he's doing really, really well. He's having a heck of a second half of the season. So you can see Casey Mears, Josh Wise, Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott, a lot of all these cars, Cole Witt, all these cars one lap down. 37 cars finished on the lead lap of the race. So, all in all, not a bad race for us. Top 15 is definitely a respectable position, especially after qualifying on the pole. I wish we could have stayed out front, but after a while, our tires started to wear, and the AI could just drive in so much deeper than we could, and we just couldn't maintain that type of pace with the front runners. And after a while, it was really insane running run 3 and 4 wide. Maybe 5 wide at times behind us, but we managed to make it work somehow, and the fresh tires definitely did make a big difference as we were able to pit later on in the race and have the fresher tires. We were able to gain 10 spots in about 10 laps, so that's one position per lap just about. So gotta be happy with what I have. I'm still running in second to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who had a phenomenal second half of the season so far, so definitely got to watch out for him when the chase goes down. Next race will be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where we'll drive for 400 miles at the Brickyard. Well, not exactly 400 miles because we only do about 15 to 20% races, so it'll be somewhere in between there. But it should be an interesting race, should be a fun race. Hoping to have another win as we did last season. So if you want to check that video out, that'll be in the NASCAR 15 playlist for the rookie year. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely actually had fun here. I know people don't usually have a lot of fun here at New Hampshire, but I definitely had a lot of fun here. I definitely enjoyed this track a lot. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you did, I do these videos every Sunday following the NASCAR season, and the next race will be at Indianapolis. So I will see. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you at the Brickyard.